Where did they start playing football? Okay, why did they move? It's interesting. Okay, think about some of the companies that were originally part of the Dow 30. The original Dow 30. How many of them are in existence today? 2, I think. Why? The rest of the organizations ceased to exist. They went away because they don't meet the needs of their stakeholders. Okay? What happens when a family fails to meet the needs of its key stakeholders? Kids run away from home, divorce, right? So this is a principle. So now, human beings, you have a right to exist whether you meet needs or not, but you certainly don't feel that good about yourself if you don't have a clear picture of where you're headed and what you're supposed to be doing.
Sorry to ask, but what if we go back to the other slide and this?
No, we'd be here all day. Sorry, bro. Write as fast as you can. Did you take the speed writing class yet?
Speed reading.
Okay, this is going to be videoed, right? And so I think there might be an opportunity to check it out later. Right? Because if we did that, we'd be here till like 7, and I'd get yanked in like 25 minutes. So, all right. One of the things that you want to think about when you're figuring out what your mission is, the reason for existence, is really about defining the job that you're supposed to do and defining what value you're going to add. So is that important for a team in an organization? If you're supervising a team, if you're managing a team of individuals at some point, is it important for you to understand what the job to be done is? Yeah, pretty important. If you're running a business, you start your own company or you're CEO of some organization, you pretty much need to understand what the value is. What are you adding in the marketplace? It's pretty important. How many of you have ever thought about what's the value you need to add as a human being? You ever really thought about what's the value I have to add in this world, in the places where I live? What value do I need to, what about my apartment? Do I need to add some value there? What value do I need to add in my church? What value do I need to add on my sports team, my intramural team? What value do I need to add in the walls of my own home? What value do I need to add in this program? We need to think about those kinds of stuff, and that's really what your mission is. And it's something that you detect. E.M. Gray said that winners have the habit of doing the things that losers don't like to do. They don't like doing them either necessarily, but their disliking is subordinate to the strength of their purpose. This is why your mission or your purpose statement matters so much, because when you have a clear understanding of why you exist as a team, as an organization, as a human being, it allows you to have the strength to do some of the things that winners have to do to win, the very same things that people who are losing do not want to do. And if you don't have a clear, compelling purpose or a mission statement, it's pretty hard to make those kind of sacrifices and do what's necessary to win. How about this for a mission statement? This is from Dilbert. Our mission is to enthusiastically facilitate virtual resources such that we may continue to dramatically maintain cutting-edge deliverables while promoting personal employee growth. You ever seen a mission statement like that? About 3/4 of the mission statements for organizations around the world look a lot like that. You can generate them right in the Dilbert mission statement generator. And all the words are, it's all the right words for a mission statement, but how much meaning is there? Could somebody direct their efforts by looking at that mission statement? A mission statement has to be more than something that an organization puts on a wall behind the receptionist's desk. It's got to be something that's more than just a document in a PowerPoint slide or in a Word document. It's got to be something that has meaning and it makes sense. Okay? This is the kind of thing I'm talking about. Is that a clear mission statement? That's the real mission statement for the saints this year. Wasn't their mission statement last year, the year before, the year before? That's their mission statement this year. Is it making a difference for them, those of you that follow pro football? Yeah. They're leading in so many key metrics, it's unbelievable the success that they're having, the records that they're setting this year as they go throughout the season. And I think part of it is because they've got a really simple, very clear, understandable, impactful mission. Finish strong. Probably a pretty good mission for a lot of us. Now, next piece is, got to translate the mission into a vision. Here's Dilbert's creator, Scott Adams' description of what a vision statement is. It's a long, awkward sentence that demonstrates management's inability to think clearly. Got the same problem with vision statements that we have in mission statements. You get all the right words in them, but they don't really matter. They don't impact our behavior. And so what we want to do is have a mission statement that's tied to the vision statement. The mission tells why we exist. The vision tells what that existence looks like when we're doing it really, really well. Okay? That's the difference. They're very, very similar. A vision statement is measurable, though. Biggest mistake that organizations and teams make is they have all the right words in their little vision statement. They put it on people's business cards. They write it on the wall. They put it in PowerPoint presentations. But when they get 5 or 10 years down the road, there's no way to measurably tell that they've achieved it or not. So we got to have a measure in there that is verifiable, some way to tell that we actually have arrived at the place we said we wanted to get to. Okay? So, good vision statements. They're short, really simple. They're focused. They don't have a bunch of different things written into them. Very, very clear. They have to be measurable, and they've got to have a very compelling statement of where we want to go. The vision statement should help get people off their butts. B-U-T-S and B-U-T-T-S. Okay? That's what compelling is all about. It makes people quit saying, but, all the reasons why we can't do something, and makes us get off the couch and go get after it and do something that really matters. Make a contribution that's really significant down the road. That's what a vision statement's supposed to be. What do you think the vision statement is for the saints? If they do their mission really, really well, if they finish strong in every single football game they play, and they're doing it really, really well all season long, what's that going to lead to? It's not hard, man. That's their vision. Is that pretty clear? Is that simple? Is it succinct? Is it short? Is it compelling? Would it get people off their butts? Has it gotten them off their butts? Do they have a million reasons why they shouldn't be winning? They got tons of reasons, right? All the way from Katrina and you name it. Having to play in different stadiums. I mean, they got a million problems. But they're off their butts, and they're doing what they need to do because they got a really compelling vision. They believe that they can get it done. That's how simple we like to have them. Okay? Really clear. All right. Let's talk about the second part. So planning and preparation, remember there's 2 parts. We just talked about the first part. You got to define winning. Next thing we have to do is we have to develop the game plan. There's 3 parts to this. We got to figure out the strategy. Next thing we got to do is we got to clarify in that strategy what we're going to focus on. And the next thing we got to do is we got to design our plays. We got to figure out what plays do we have to run to be able to actually win the Super Bowl, to actually win game after game after game while we're finishing strong. So it's developing the game plan. Choose your strategy, clarify your focus, and you got to design the plays. So let's talk about developing your game plan. Love this quote from the architect Burnham. He said, "Make no little plans. They have no magic to stir men's blood. Make big plans. Aim high in hope and work." Now, there's something about missions and visions where I asked you guys, or kind of mentioned this idea, they got to be aspirational. They have to be inspiring. They have to get people off their butts. We ought to have the same thing when we're making our plans.